All right, so
Yeah.
we got Owen Faulk with us, the return of the guest weekly shot with Tex-Lax. Owen, I actually had your jersey on, or your T-shirt on at the first game when I was doing the interviews, but Paul came and gave me a
Nice.
bag square jersey, so I ended up wearing that, and I forgot to take off my jerseys so that way they could see my sweet Tex-Lax shirt. So, but yes, I do wear it
Nice.
all the time. Thank you very much for that. So we were just talking. Calgary started on the road this year.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to see them in the Rough House yet, but I'm glad we got Josh Sanderson as a head coach.
Yeah. So where did your coach go? He went to
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Kurt Malowski went back to his home province and became the head coach and assistant GM of Vancouver.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me because I mean Calgary had such a good year last year. I was
Yeah.
really shocked when I saw he was the coach of Vancouver. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. Do you know what happened? He just wanted to go home basically, or
Yeah, so him, like a few other Roughnecks, are from BC and they fly out.
gotcha.
They fly into Calgary. So I think he just wanted to be home.
Yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense. I can definitely understand that.
Yeah, and Vancouver, like I said, when I saw them live, Vancouver, it wasn't a well-performing team. I think now they have the coaching staff to get.
Yeah, no, they I definitely would
Yeah,
expect big things out of them. But I mean, really
totally.
in the Calgary game, both games so far seem they come out, they get a pretty good start, and then they're
Yeah.
just kind of not able to hold it together. And I mean, honestly, the offense for Calgary has got to be definitely surprising for you this year.
Yeah, no, like the offense is coming out great, but what I've noticed and what I've heard from a few other interviews is the second half they're just giving up too many one-on-one opportunities with for Dell. Like they're leaving him high and dry on his own.
Yeah, I mean they're leaving him high and dry, and I mean even though they had a very productive first half, and their third quarter was pretty good
Yeah,
against San Diego, getting shut out in the fourth quarter. I mean, anytime you don't make it to double digits, you can't really knock the defense because
yeah,
that's kind of what you expect is to be around that 10 to 12 goal range, and
yeah,
for Calgary to not get that. Even with a few transition goals, yeah, that's definitely got to be frustrating. But your boy
yeah.
Curtis Dixon looked pretty good out there.
Yeah, I was watching that game. He got a few in, so
Yeah,
really happy for him.
yeah. I mean, he had what 2 goals and 4 assists, so he had a great,
Yeah,
great game.
he had him.
Jesse King, though, I mean, how about that? He's all over the assist board. He got 6, so I mean, there's
Yeah.
definitely some positives, and like you said, they've looked good at times, but that the tail end of the game in that fourth quarter really seems to be killing them.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that will be something for Coach Sand guys to definitely up going up against a young Vegas 30th.
Yeah, no, I mean the young Vegas team that definitely will be a test coming up. But one thing that really surprised me was how well Courier did on the faceoffs. I mean, Baptiste
Yeah,
won most clamps, but I mean Courier
yeah,
was all over him, not
totally.
not allowing him to run away with the possession. And so he ended up with 11 loose balls, and they're saying 2 caused turnovers, but really watching that, I felt like it was a lot more. Maybe they don't call it a caused turnover if Baptiste didn't quite have the settled possession. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
very impressed with how he did on the faceoffs.
Same. Yeah, well, like you've probably heard before, Courier is just all around player. Like you can put him anywhere, he does great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime that's such a big thing, and that's why I always say that Halifax with Withers, he's
Yeah,
so good on defense, and he can get up the floor pretty well, and he's so aggressive, and he also wins faceoffs. They're never worried
yeah,
about sending him, out. But I mean, Austin Stotts, he was another one. He impressed me. I was surprised the way he kind of bullied his way in there against the Calgary defense, and they seemed.
yeah,
I watched a lot of this game, and it really seemed like they got down low underneath, and they were shooting from far away. And Delbs, like that one, from what was it, almost mid floor that Austin
yeah,
Stotts buried. That was I don't think he was quite ready. But then also Calgary really wasn't getting the bounces. I mean, you see Stotts take that end of the shot clock shot, goes right off. I don't know, did it hit him in the throat, in the face?
oh no, yeah,
Oh my goodness! And then he picks it up and still has a second to take the shot. And
yeah,
yeah, that was tough because Delbs about goes to make the first save, ball doesn't make it all the way to him,
yeah.
and then yeah, I mean, so what? How did you feel watching the games? I mean, at the beginning of them both, you must have been super excited.
Yeah, no, like it was funny because the first game actually I had my dad over at my house and we were watching it together and he left about halfway through the second quarter and he's like let me know how they do because they were really far ahead and winning and then it was very much yeah as soon as you left they went downhill.
Imploded. Yeah, they imploded. So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, really, San Diego coming into the third quarter, they were losing by two, or I'm sorry, by one, and then Calgary, boom, boom, they get two quick goals in the third, but then all of a sudden Dixon just he responds, and all of
yeah,
a sudden the floodgates open, and then I mean
yeah,
Pace, you got to give he got on the board a couple times, King, and they tied the game back up at 9, and you're like, okay, we're going into the fourth quarter, boys, it's evened up,
yeah.
let's go. And then, yeah, I don't know.
Boom,
It
boom,
just,
boom.
and that was the problem. I think
Yeah.
the offense, you had a lot of bright spots on the offense, but
Yep.
I don't know. You can't really be an NLL team and expect to be able to win many games if you can't score at least one goal every quarter.
Yep.
But I mean, huge credit to the Seals because their defense stepped up in a big way, and really Origlieri, they having him and then having Mike Poulin, as his backup, I think that's made a huge
Yeah.
difference for him, and he looked amazing out there.
No, Aliglieri, as much as I hate to admit it, he was looking great for
Yeah, no, he looked good at it. He had less saves, when you look at it, 37 to 34. But I think a lot of that credit goes to, he
the
was shutting
defense.
down Calgary so often that guys try to do that extra thing, and you hold on to the ball a little too long, or you try to make that extra
Yeah.
pass, and you get a little too cute. And I think that was a big part of that fourth quarter. But I mean, still, Calgary has been known to have these rough starts from time to time.
Yeah, no, totally. And like I said, they'll probably work some stuff in practice. Hopefully, pull out a win at home for their first.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you've got to be happy. Jesse King's doing his thing,
Yep.
6 assists. I mean, obviously he took 8 shots. He wants more than one goal, but I
Yeah.
mean, you're dialing back into the season. Things happen, but
Yep.
Shane Simpson though, he's looking good
Oh
again.
yeah.
I mean, your Tyler Pace, on only 8 shots, he's shooting 50% right now. It's like wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he is definitely at a hot stick. He's looking good. There's definitely, I mean, Hayden Dixon is looking great out there. You've definitely got a lot of bright spots, and yeah, hopefully they can buckle down. But I mean, with a new coach, you're running some new systems and some different things. I was,
Yeah.
Calgary was able to get a few of their transition goals like they normally do, but you kind of wonder how this next game's going to pan out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things where I can't wait to watch it because every game's so close.
Oh yeah, it's the whole league has been nonstop. It's been
Now that they have these unified standings, eh?
yeah. That's how do you think that's going to play out?
I don't know. Like we're gonna have to wait and see type thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm wondering really how because Toronto they loaded up this year and they
Yeah,
look good. So they even without Schreiber playing in the first game, and really Bushi took a bunch of shots but didn't score. But I tell you that Toronto team is gonna be a hard team to
yeah,
beat. But yeah, you
yeah,
guys, yeah, like you said, you've got some time off. You got what? Almost 3 weeks, I think it is. Yeah, three
yeah.
weeks until your next game. So go down to Vegas. That it's almost
No,
like
Vegas is coming here.
oh, that's right. You did say that earlier. So you're
Yeah,
gonna in Vegas, I believe. Did they play two home games? No, I think they were on the
I
road.
yeah,
Second one.
I can't remember.
Yeah, they were on the road for the Panther City game, and that was a
Yeah.
barn burner. I don't know if you watched that one.
Oh no.
No, that went to overtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a great game. Me and Paul
Oh wow.
definitely be talking about that one tonight. So you'll have to
Nice.
tune in for that one.
Yeah, I will for sure.
But yeah, it's been great. So I mean, you haven't
Yeah.
did you make it to any practices or anything yet this year or no?
Actually, I went to training camp when it was in Calgary.
Okay, and how was that?
Training camp? What was it? I was talking to one of the people I know. That training camp team, whittling it down. I can imagine Josh Sanders didn't have because
No.
you get a couple of my buddies who get drafted in the second and third round from the junior A Mounties.
Yeah.
One of them actually made the practice roster, Riley Isaac.
Congratulations, Riley. That's awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, basically you have some guys who have been in the league a while coming wanting to play in Calgary too. So it's like who's the like 10 or whatever we cut.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, and Calgary is one of those franchises. So that rough house, it's a party atmosphere. Whenever you watch a game there, it's a
Yep.
good time. So definitely anybody who lives in the area, or a drivable distance from Calgary, is definitely going to want to play there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like it was amazing to see those two local guys though go in the drafts.
Yeah, that's so cool, and especially now how would you say juniors went for you now that you're as involved as you are? Like, was it a
Ah,
much different season for you to be such a part of it?
yeah, actually it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting recognized in the arena and stuff and I was like, hi.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now you
One
got.
of the. Oh, go ahead, Greg.
I was just gonna say, now you got guys probably trying to look for you, like, hey, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting the OJ
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah, no, I've had some like U15 guys and stuff. And actually, I have a follow up interview with Riley Isaacs that's coming out in January when my schedule and that's a follow up interview based on a draft.
Yeah, that's got to be quite the experience. And now you'll get to talk to him. I'm dropping one tonight after the show. It was Zach Belter. I had a chance to talk to him, and he said that during the interview is that the speed when you get in and you're finally getting the reps against these guys, everybody's
Yeah.
as fast as like the fastest guy from what a lot of the teams you played.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it was funny because I dropped off a swag package to give to Riley when I was at the training camp. That was one of my reasons for going. And the guys around him, like, seeing with him, they're like, huh, what's that?
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you'll
Yeah.
get some interviews after. I mean, that'll be
Yeah.
cool. You'll have to start bringing your buddy to go with you, and he'll have to run the camera for you.
Yeah, but no, it should. And I actually changed seats for the Roughnecks.
Where are you sitting now?
I'm kind of sitting in the same end, just on the corner more.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Moving on. Are you still right down on the glass?
Yeah, I'm still right down on the glass side.
Think
I'm
it'll give
just.
you a little bit better angle. You think?
I think so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, instead of having Delbs block my view.
Yeah. Now, did you go through and do your stats list like you do?
I actually didn't get a chance.
All good. We'll jump on that next week. But yes,
Yeah.
I mean, what are you most excited for with the Roughnecks coming back into town?
Honestly, I'm just excited to see some of these new players in action. Roughhouse and Josh Sanderson. I was watching an interview for this. Last time he was on the Calgary Roughnecks side of things, he won a championship in '09.
Okay, so it's been a few years, but so
Yeah,
what kind of player was he? Was he an offensive player, defensive player?
I think he was an O.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, he won the championship game in '09 as a player.
Uh-huh. So that was before you were going to the games.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were still in school probably in '09.
Yep, I was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Greg, but I am in the process of getting a custom head made for a contest that I'm hoping.
Hang on, you got to tell me about that. I have not spent much time on social media at all. So yeah, fill me in.
Yeah, so there's a guy on Instagram called Jimmy Lack. I partnered with him. He's doing up a custom Marvel head with OJ the Dude on it and my colors. So I'm going to be giving that away. And I'm hoping engraved Lax gets back to quick here because I'm hoping to get a ball for that giveaway
Uh-huh.
made engraved with my logo on.
That would be pretty cool.
So as soon as I get the stuff in, I'll be putting out details to enter that contest.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going through the channel, checking everything out. I mean, you're definitely getting some views. You have interviewed a ton of guys. I love it when I see them pop up on the screen when it was like, hey, this, and then. So, how much are you just about done with your time off, or are you going to take a little bit more time off before you get rolling?
I'm gonna start releasing videos again.
All right, so just going to take all of December off and kind of,
Yeah,
enjoy lacrosse and watch it and soak it up.
yeah, totally.
So you were in Fort Lauderdale. What were you doing down there?
I was mainly doing shopping. I brought goodies back from Target.
Nice. How
Yeah,
warm was it?
it was really.
Yeah, it was actually not too bad where we are. What am I, 1,200 miles north of, but we're on the same, right on the same side.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nope. Did some shopping. I went to the beach.
Did you
Went to
try
a
any
couple.
surfing or anything?
No, I don't. I don't think I have the balance to surf.
Did you try the boogie board?
I think when I was younger, I boogie boarded.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of going to the
I
beach.
tried it.
If I
Yeah.
can, I like to do that. Other than that, I get bored. I can't just sit there for too long. Everybody's just
Yeah.
sitting there. They're like, "Oh, I'm suntanning." I'm like, "That doesn't. I can't sit
Yeah.
still for
No.
that long. It's not for me."
Same. I couldn't do that either.
Did you go in the water? Was it cold?
I went like up to my ankles were covered, and it was just warm. It was
Yeah.
kind of like I was in. I took a Cuba trip years ago, and it was similar to the beach there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Everybody says we're spoiled on the East Coast with how warm the water gets
Yeah.
in the Atlantic compared to the rest of it. I don't know though. I've been
Yeah,
up in
no, the Pacific gets really cold. I'll tell you that right now. Being from BC, the Pacific gets cold.
That's what everybody says, but I tell you, I've been in Maine in the middle of the summer, and the northern part of the Atlantic does not get that warm. It does amaze me. It'll be like 10 degrees warmer in Florida than it is in Maine, and that's like Not that far of a distance, you would think, for water to have that much temperature difference. But crazy stuff. So, although Calgary won't be playing for a couple weeks, I'm assuming we're going to get to talk next week, and you'll be watching some of the games.
Yeah, I gotta check the schedule out playing, but I'd love to check out too.
So next week you've got Saskatchewan's playing Vegas. That might be a good game for you to watch, so you
Ooh,
can prep
yeah.
for. And Saskatchewan's lost their first two, so they're definitely going to want to.
Ooh,
It's going to be a
they're
tough
0
game.
2 as well, hey?
Yeah, Albany's on the road. Maybe we'll do a watch party one of these. Oh,
Yeah.
they're playing Saturday at 1 p.m. I'll have to
Ooh.
see what I got going on next weekend.
Sounds good. Yeah, no, and yeah, the other thing I'm excited for is new videos coming out. Stay
Absolutely, new videos and getting into the rough house for the new seats. I expect you to be able to tell us how sweet the seats are.
right. I will for sure. And it's actually funny. The reason I switched seats is I got my dad so much into lacrosse now that he wanted to buy a ticket with everybody.
Oh, so now you guys have 3 tickets?
Yep.
That's awesome. That's got to be cool.
Yeah, no. And it's just speculation right now, but me and my dad also, because there's no home games in January, we want to go to Vancouver again.
Oh, how far is it? What's the distance for you to get there?
It's about an hour bit plane ride.
Gotcha. That's not bad. So you
No,
guys won't drive it?
no. it's about it's like a 10-hour drive.
Oh yeah, that's a bit excessive.
Yeah, because you got to go up through the our portion of the Rockies, and then go back
Yeah,
down.
that 10 hours does not sound like fun. I usually
Yeah.
cap things at like 4 hours is about, and I have to get out of the car every hour to, walk around for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, then what else we got next week? Albany's playing in Philly, Halifax in New York,
Yeah.
San Diego and Buffalo. That's going to be a good game. And
Yeah.
then that's also they're raising the banner. So that is going to be
Ooh.
that's a big challenge too. They just lost to the
Yeah.
Firewolves. I bet you that's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our watch party.
Cool. Well, yeah. Keep me posted. Let me know.
I definitely will because then the other game is Georgia and Vancouver. That should be a good game too. Georgia freaking they beat up on the Mammoth. Did you see any of that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was what 16-10.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like that's a rough game. I didn't have a chance to watch that one. I watched pretty much every other game from
Yeah.
last week or at least parts of
Nice.
it. But that one
Yeah.
I when I saw the score I was like, well, I'm not going to spend too much time watching that.
Yeah, something else cool that I don't know if you noticed, but the NLL partnered with Marvel Night.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a deal, and it sounds like some teams are gonna have like a special edition as well.
Oh, we've got like blackout jerseys
Yeah.
this year. We changed our colors and everything, and I like it. They got some new jerseys. They look good. Yeah, Lyle went off last weekend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he had 4 goals and 3 assists.
yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
it was
The
nuts.
also cool thing is how about lacrosse Olympics, eh?
Yeah, isn't that sweet? I that was so excited about that.
Same.
And then Biden actually for the U.S. I don't really agree with a lot of what Biden does, but he endorsed the Haudenosaunees being able to play and have their own
Oh yeah.
So that was really
Wow.
cool. I was really excited about that.
Yeah.
Because I've actually talked to a few guys. We might be getting excuse me. My throat is so messed up. It's just healing from, yeah, we
Yeah.
really
No worries,
screamed.
buddy.
We went nuts. But yeah, I'm super excited. I think I've got a couple interviews set up with the guys from the Haudenosaunee national team. I've been working with a
Nice.
few of those guys. So yeah, I'm super stoked for that. It's going to be
Yeah.
sixes, which is a little weird. I wish they would have just put box in the Olympics. That would have been a lot easier, I think. But
Yeah.
nobody, it's weird. All the field players don't like it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? Is box is mostly
Yeah, no, it's Canadian, and then so basically, and even when you think like there's a few American teams, or if you wanted to say like a bunch of the Native American nations, but really it's only the ones that are between New York and Canada, and
yeah,
like going west of Buffalo, and then it basically stops. Whereas like all of Canada, but I tell you, watching these games, that San Diego team, they pack it
yeah,
in. I think box is becoming very popular over there.
yeah,
You look at some of these games and it's like, oh boy, these teams aren't going to stay very long. It sucks. But I
yeah,
love watching the San Diego games and seeing that they're full. But I think a lot of that is winning too, though. If you got to have a team that
yeah.
wins if you want everybody to show up and
Totally.
support it. It's hard to go cheer for a losing team. Trust me, I know. I went to every Firewolves game and we lost every game. We've already won more games at home this year than we did last year. So
Yeah, no. And the new NL Unboxed initiative, like some of those teams I want
yeah,
yeah, I was looking at those and I was like, okay, these are markets they're probably looking at to expand.
yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would be
Like
surprised if Utica doesn't get a team.
yeah?
Utica, yeah, Utica has they've got the World Games coming
Yeah.
starting in what is it, this fall. So
Yeah.
and really they're only like an hour away from Albany, so I wouldn't really be too surprised if Albany ended up there, unless they can start actually.
Yeah.
If
If
the fans
Albany
at Albany
moves.
could turn out, would be nice. I
Yeah.
hope they don't because I won't be able to get season tickets if they're in Utica. That's just too far to drive with the kids every time there's a game. But
Yeah, that's fair.
it's unfortunate. They'll really kill the mood for me. I'll be so disappointed. I really hope they don't. I would like Albany just to their fans to get their heads out of their asses and show up to the
Yeah.
games. It's by far the most exciting sport I think to watch.
Yeah, no, like the Rough House is always a party. Even when I was in Vancouver for that one game, there was more Roughnecks fans there than Vancouver.
That's what's really weird. Honestly, that Albany game, there was as
Yeah,
many Buffalo fans, probably more Buffalo fans there than there was Albany fans.
crazy.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason my voice sounds like it does because I can't, we can't allow the Buffalo fans to come in with their
Yeah,
chants and start
exactly.
like ruling things. So every time like they let's go Bandits, so yeah, we had to scream
Yeah.
over the top of them. It was tough. We had a blast. So they were all. I tell you what,
Yeah.
Buffalo fans travel great, and they are some of the best sports fans there are because they like to talk a lot of smack, but they're all friendly. They all have fun. It's all smiles and like
Yeah.
we talk in between the period. Yeah, it's I absolutely the Buffalo Bandits fans. I have nothing but great things to say. I love the way they support that team. The way they travel for that team is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're 5 hours for most of the people, and tons of them
Alright.
drove. It's insane.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, there had to be close to 2,000 Bandits fans. Yeah, it was insane. I should have taken a picture of all the orange. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nuts. They travel amazing, but I got to run because I got to do Yeti talks tonight, so I got to get that set up. But and it's been awesome catching
Alright.
up with you. We'll
Yeah.
touch base about the watch party towards the end of the week. So shoot me a message around Friday.
Okay, cool. Bye everyone.